Hey everyone, welcome back to FoxTech and the second episode of the FoxTech Throwback series, where I'll be revisiting devices that I've used in the past and seeing how they get on today. Today we're going back to 2015 and checking out the Nexus 6P, the Google Nexus 6P, manufactured by Huawei. The code name for this is Angler, always using fish names for some reason. I got this after using the OnePlus One back in the day, in 2015. If you don't know what the Nexus line is, I cover it in the last video if you want to go and check that out. But basically, it's where Google work with the manufacturer, Google focus on the software, the marketing, how it all works together, and they leave the manufacturing of the device to the OEMs, so LG, Motorola have done one, and the Nexus 6P was done by Huawei. They focused on manufacturing. It means that Google can really focus on what they want Android to look like and get that out to the consumer as fast and as best they can. So let's crack it open. Here's the phone, we'll look at that in 1 second. We'll stick that over to one side for now because I don't care about that. I just want to look at the phone. And here it is, the Nexus 6P made by Huawei. How the hell do you get this off? I should really know. Okay, here we go. Wow. Oh, God, I miss this phone. I miss this phone. So this is the aluminium one, as you can tell on the back, and it's much, much, much bigger than the Nexus 5. If you compare it to the Nexus 5 in size, look at the size difference. Much bigger on the Nexus 6P. And if you actually compare it to the OnePlus 7 Pro, size-wise, they're very similar. The Nexus 6P is wider, definitely wider on the Nexus 6P. It is a big boy for its time, 2015. So this came in the box with Android 6 Marshmallow. I miss the days of where Android wasn't just called Android 10, Android 11. Where's Marshmallow? Where's Kit Kat gone? It's all boring now, yeah? We want gingerbread back. Anyway, the Nexus 6P came with Snapdragon 810, 3GB of RAM, 32, 64 or 128 gigabytes of storage. It was a 5.7-inch QHD AMOLED display, so 2560 by 1440 on the display. Pretty good, I think, for 2015. That was one of the main reasons I got this at the time. A 3450 mAh battery, so a massive jump over the Nexus 5. Dual front-facing speakers, as you can see. Big bezels, but dual front-facing speakers. I loved them, absolutely loved them. Comes with a rear fingerprint scanner on the back. Again, I miss this rear fingerprint scanner. I miss rear fingerprint scanners in general. I think they're better. It came with a 12.3 megapixel rear-facing camera and an 8 megapixel front-facing camera. This visor reminds me of something off Star Trek or something. Only houses one camera. It's all glass. It's got all the NFC things up there because the back is aluminium. Really, really thin. Weighs 178 grams. Whereas the Nexus 5 from the previous video weighed 130 grams. That was light, that was made of plastic. Now there were problems with this. Some people complained of it bending because it was so thin, it could break quite easily. I mean, if you break your phones and by bending them, good on you. And the back visor was prone to breaking at times. I didn't have a problem with that personally. Like I said, I had a D brand skin on the back and mine didn't even have a case on it, so it was fine. And it came with USB-C. This must have been one of the first devices to come with USB-C. Dual front-facing speakers, rear fingerprint scanner, 5.7-inch QHD display, 3450 mAh battery. The specs in this thing are actually quite impressive for 2015. And you can kind of tell it was a flagship at the time. You could pick one up for £449. Obviously, that was for the 32GB model. If you went higher, it would become more expensive. But for a flagship Android phone with the specs it had, it's pretty impressive. Again, it came with Android Marshmallow, Android 6. It'll be interesting to see what Android version I can upgrade this to. Like I say, I love the display. I think it was great at the time. The dual front-facing speakers were awesome for watching content on. The camera was a big improvement over my OnePlus One that I had the year before. and over the Nexus 5. And I really miss the rear fingerprint scanner, when you can just take it out of your pocket and it's already unlocked because your finger's already there. I think that's a feature that we should have on more phones these days. So there you have it, the Google Nexus 6P, manufactured by Huawei, and I will be putting my SIM card in this phone. I'll be using this phone as my daily device, my daily driver, my main phone, whatever you want to call it. I'll be putting it in this phone, taking it out of my seriously cracked and broken OnePlus 7 Pro, so maybe this is even an upgrade. Flat display and everything, that's an upgrade on the curved one of the 7 Pro. And I'm going to see how it gets on. I'm going to use it for a week or two. I'll share my thoughts on it on Twitter and Instagram, so drop me a follow on there if you don't already. I'll post some pictures and see how it compares to other things with regards to that. And I'll see how the 2015, so 5-year-old Nexus 6P gets on in 2020. I'll try and do more videos on this and the Nexus 5. I'll do follow-up videos, and I'll try and get a full review in 2020 of the Google Nexus 6P. Of course, I'll be bringing more of these FoxTech Throwback videos, checking out tech from the past. So make sure that you subscribed, drop a like and drop a comment. Let me know if you've used the 6P, how did you find it, or did you pick something else up at the time? And let's have a discussion of the favourite tech of the past in 2020. This was FoxTech. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.